Hey everyone, this is FaZe and welcome to my channel. Every year when the new iPhone comes out, I get it. I pre-order it right away and I do a full unboxing and a review for you guys, and that becomes my new iPhone for the year until the next one comes out. But now I feel like over the past few years, that excitement has kind of fizzled out. I feel like every year it's basically minimal changes that Apple makes. It's the same, better processor and better camera. And then when you really compare it side by side to the previous iPhones, you don't feel that drastic of an upgrade. And there's not a lot of rumors about the iPhone 16 series that really makes me want to say, wow, I need to go out and upgrade. Having said that though, there are a lot of rumors about the 2025 iPhone 17. You see, Apple's iPhone development roadmap runs several years into the future. And there's so many rumors of the iPhone 17 that's coming out that's making me really think that we should skip the iPhone 16 and wait for the iPhone 17. So the first thing that they're discussing is the under-display Face ID. I think this is something that we've been really wanting ever since the iPhone 10 was announced. The most divisive thing was the notch, right? The infamous notch that some hated and some just honestly didn't really care about. And to be honest, I didn't really care too much about it. And if you look at it now, we have the dynamic island. So to me, it doesn't make a big difference. However, having said that now, I still want it where it's a complete notchless design, even without the dynamic island. Because to be honest, I could care less about the dynamic island. And I think we're finally getting closer to that, because the iPhone 17 Pro is expected to be the first iPhone to feature under-panel Face ID technology. Now, the only thing that we're still going to see is a punch hole type cutout for the front-facing camera. And the Face ID technology will be underneath the display. I can already kind of see how that would look like because there are a lot of Android phones out in the market with a circular cutout. So imagine that, but on an iPhone. And I feel like even though that is not a full immersive, no cutouts or anything on a display, that is still a lot better than a dynamic island or a notch. However, it's even rumored that in 2027, we'll see the first iPhone that will have a full immersive screen with no cutouts. But once again, that's 2027. But I think next year, we're gonna get really, really close to that with that circular cutout. And that's not going to be for every iPhone. It's going to be saved for the iPhone 17 Pro and the 17 Pro Max. The second thing is new display sizes. Now this year for the iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max, they are getting larger screens. The Pro is going from a 6.1-inch display to a 6.3-inch display, and the Pro Max is going from a 6.7-inch display to a 6.9-inch display. And the 16 and the 16 Plus will not be getting any display enhancements. However, for the 17 and the 17 Plus, Apple is adopting for the 6.3-inch display and the 6.9-inch display. Now, the third thing is a new display technology for the 17 and 17 Plus. Now, for all of those individuals who really like the 120 Hz ProMotion display on the Pro and the Pro Max series, next year with the iPhone 17 and 17 Plus, Apple is going to introduce that same 120 Hz ProMotion display on the regular 17 and 17 Plus. And that's also going to bring the always-on display as well. So if that's something that you're really wanting, you're finally going to get it. The fourth thing is an all-new Wi-Fi chip for the 17 Pro and 17 Pro Max. This is going to be the Apple-designed Wi-Fi 7 chip. And that's going to bring faster Wi-Fi speeds, lower latency, and more reliable connectivity. Next up, a 48-megapixel telephoto lens for the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Right now, the iPhone 17 Pro Max has a 48-megapixel main camera, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide camera, and a 12-megapixel telephoto lens. And that 12-megapixel telephoto lens will now be upgraded to 48 megapixels. So that's going to give you a lot more clarity and more photographic detail that you currently do not have. Next up, across the board for all iPhone 17 models, Apple is finally upgrading the front-facing camera to a 24-megapixel front-facing camera. I am super excited about this, and I think those individuals who like taking pictures with their front-facing camera or doing vlogging or FaceTime calls or Zoom or whatever it is with their front-facing camera, they're going to really, really like this new update, including myself. We kind of don't like to use the front-facing camera because it's 12 megapixels and it doesn't give you the same depth and quality that it does with using the rear-facing camera. And sometimes I really want to use the front-facing camera so I can use the display as a viewfinder, right? And see what it is that I'm filming when it's, facing me. But if this update happens and they bring a 24 megapixel selfie camera, I can see myself even vlogging with that front-facing camera and using my display as a viewfinder. So this is an update that I'm really, really excited about. And once again, this is an update for all iPhone 17 models across the board. Next up is a scratch-resistant anti-reflective display. Now, right now, the iPhone is quite reflective and it gives off a lot of glare, especially when you're outside. And if you've used the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra with its new scratch-resistant anti-reflective display and you've seen it side by side to an iPhone, there is a massive difference. And this is something that I'm really excited for the iPhone 17 to get. And apparently, this is not just something for the Pro and the Pro Max. Once again, this is for all iPhone 17s across the board. Next up, more memory. Now, this is going to be specifically for the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Now, currently, the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max have 8 gigs of RAM, and the 16 Pro and the 16 Pro Max is also rumored to be staying at 8 gigs of RAM. But for a more improved multitasking experience and AI features that will be coming to the iPhone, Apple is going to be expanding that 8 gigs of RAM to 12 gigs of RAM. And last but certainly not the least, Apple is expected to do something a little different with the iPhone 17 Plus. They're taking their plus size phone, which has a 6.9-inch display, and they're shrinking it by 2% and giving it a 6.5-inch display. Now, the reason they're doing that is they really want to slim down the phone, and that's what's being rumored by analyst Ross Young of Display Supply Chain Consultants, that it's going to have a slimmer body frame overall. You know, there was a time when Apple would really prioritize thinness and lightness with their iPhones, and I feel like lately that's no longer a priority for them. But if you look at the new iPad Pro, that has drastically become thinner and lighter, and people still do like thinner and lighter devices as they're more portable and comfortable to use. And I'm quite excited to see what that's going to look like. So for those individuals who want a thinner and lighter package of an iPhone, you might finally get that next year. All right, guys, so this basically wraps up my video on all the iPhone 17 rumors and why I think you should skip the iPhone 16 and wait for the iPhone 17 instead. Let me know what you're excited to see with the all-new iPhone 17 models and what you would like to see Apple implement with their new iPhone 17 models. But whatever your thoughts are, leave them down in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so, and stay tuned to my iPad Pro unboxing experience. I release this next week, and I'll see you next time.